Oh boy, I've tried to record this one, guys, like 3 times right now, and it is tough. I want to talk with you about IRONSIGHT. What is up? It's BBKDRAGOON. This is a new free-to-play COD-like shooter that's on the PC. It's currently in beta. I've been playing it for like a month now, I want to say. Maybe 20 hours deep. And I have such a weird relationship with this game. It is such a weird love, hate, and desperate hope kind of situation going on here. So let's start with what this whole thing is. If you're looking at the game, you're probably going, this looks like COD. And you would be totally right to say that. Looks like COD from the maps, looks like COD from the visuals, the art style, all that stuff. But it doesn't really play like COD. And that dives into my main element of frustration with the game. But man, this is a pretty... I feel like it's okay to say rock solid PC shooter outside of the netcode, and then that doesn't really, that doesn't do it justice, man. So the netcode in this game, it's on dedicated servers, it's running through Google Cloud servers, but oh my gosh, you can get shredded so far behind walls. I don't know what the netcode deal is when it comes to your player model syncing up, but play the game for 10 minutes and you will immediately find out you can get ripped behind walls. I don't know if there's some sort of desync going on there. But the problem is the gameplay is just addicting enough that I still put it on the computer and play it almost every single night since I've downloaded it. It shows deep within me that I desperately want a good Call of Duty experience on the PC. And with this thing being free to play, there's really no consequence. There's no initial investment. There's just nothing. Hop on in there. Now, IRONSIGHT will run on a large variety of systems. This is not something that you need a beastly rig to play on. I think the graphics card needs to be like a 9600 at the minimum. So that's the one element that probably isn't, may cut some people out of the loop of being able to play it. But in terms of processors and the rest of the hardware, it's pretty well optimized for most things, and the game tends to run rock solid. It's got a nice menu design, but, and I get into another but here, the kill times in this game are long, dude. The time to kill is way more akin to a game like Dirty Bomb than it is Call of Duty. If you guys have played Dirty Bomb before, it's another free-to-play shooter on the PC. This game falls in between when it comes to the time to kills. So you don't necessarily get that come around the corner feeling, see 6 guys and get overjoyed like you would in Call of Duty. Maybe 6 is an exaggeration, but let's say you come around the corner, there's 3 dudes. And you're like, oh yeah, multi-kill. This one, when you run into 2 people at the same time, you're like, I'm done. Just because the kill times are a little bit longer. And then the final gripe that I have with this thing, I know I'm complaining more than I am hyping up the cool elements, because this game really does have so much potential. And gets into what I mentioned at the very beginning of this enormous hope that the game actually changes a bit, because this thing could become ridiculously popular if they, I believe, drop the kill times and then change this element. It costs a boatload to unlock weapons. I mean, it takes forever to grind up the credits necessary to unlock a new weapon. Then you have to pour credits into repairing the weapon. And certain perks you have to like buy on a timetable. So you're like, okay, my hollow point bullets have now run out. I can spend credits to get 7 more days of them. Just a lot of weird free to play mechanics and elements that can easily get frustrating. And when I look at my collection, I've been playing for 15, 20 hours, and I have like 6 guns. And the discrepancy between some of the guns, like performance wise, is absurd, dude. Some of the starter guns versus like the good guns, the air quoting here, like the top meta weapons, it's like you're playing 2 different games. One gun feels like cheating, it's that easy, and then the base starter stuff and some of the weapons that you can purchase just are completely useless. And since it takes such an insane grind to get the credits necessary to unlock new things, you can be stuck with a gun for like 4 hours of gameplay, man. Okay, so I laid out on the table probably more cons than pros, but this is the thing that I have to say about IRONSIGHT. They are absolutely sitting on the precipice of giant success. If they can tune the kill times to be faster, address the netcode things to where you're getting killed behind walls less, and absolutely overhaul their payment system. Make it a lot easier to unlock weapons, find other ways to monetize things than the way you're doing it currently, because it feels way too much like a grind. If you do all that stuff before Black Ops 4, you will see immense support for IRONSIGHT on Twitch, on YouTube, from players, because I'm telling you, there's a real craving for this kind of experience. There's just a lot of rumblings going around. I've seen almost all the big COD dudes talking about IRONSIGHT, getting excited for it. And I know a lot of you guys, even though some of you Halo people won't admit it, deep down you started out by playing maybe COD 4 or Modern Warfare 2 all those years ago, and you had fun with it. IRONSIGHT sits right on the edge of greatness. But I truly think unless it changes those things before Black Ops 4, it will miss its window of opportunity, because they really are coming into this prime little spot here. World War II flopped super hard in terms of the settings. Like, the sentiment of the COD community is pretty bummed out on World War II. Coming off of, an Infinite Warfare, you've got this perfect climate of a bunch of COD guys been playing Battle Royale games on PC who are looking for this kind of experience. Well, that's just my thoughts, though, on IRONSIGHT, and I wanted to make this video because anytime there's a good free-to-play shooter, it's totally worth hopping on the soapbox and talking about it. So all of you guys should check this thing out. I don't think they have any plans for a console release. They've mentioned a few times on their Twitter that they just don't have resources to do it right now, even though they would like to. So, with all that said, any of you who have played IRONSIGHT, sound off in the comments. Am I totally crazy with my opinions? Is the game fan-freaking-tastic as it is? What would you change? What would you leave the same? I'd love to know about it. So thanks very much for watching this video. If you enjoyed, please thumbs the video up. Subscribe for more. We have just been having a great time this last week. You guys have been supporting the absolute heck out of the content, and it's way appreciated. So have a good day, and I'll check in with you again very soon.